Go. All right. Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Forecaster Josiah Acheampong here. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday morning as we take a look right now at our sky cam in Follett. You can see that beautiful sunrise, those high clouds contrasting with the rays of the sun, giving us those light pinks and purples there off in the distance with the fiery yellows and oranges near the horizon. A beautiful way to start the day. However, flipping over to our Skycam in Bushland, you can see a bit more of the same. Taking a look right now, it's 49 degrees here in Amarillo. Winds coming in from the west-southwest at 15 miles an hour, and our dew point is at 22. Taking a look at our radar and water vapor imagery, it's pretty quiet over a large chunk of the country. You can see some wintry weather over portions of New England. Then let's focus in on the stream of clouds that's funneling in from the southwest. That is a precursor for what will be our first storm system. Yes, one of two that will make its way through beginning tonight. Then the energy associated with our second storm system is hovering here up in the northwest. That'll be attached with the cold front and push its way further to the south and east into the Panhandle region. Taking a look at your day planner, it's pretty quiet this morning. Then throughout the day, not only will temperatures rise, but we'll also see a bit more clouds move in. But also in addition, we will see our winds picking up. Could have gusts as high as 25 miles an hour here in Amarillo. And as a result, that could lead to elevated fire concerns patchy across the area. So we do want to be vigilant and practice good fire safety throughout the day. Taking a look at our model, you can see later this afternoon those milder temperatures and the clouds building in. Heading into the evening hours, you can see those first batches of showers moving through later tonight. Then into the overnight hours, you will see heavier batches of rain move through, especially for areas south and east. In fact, we do actually have a marginal risk just outside of our viewing area for the fact that some of those showers could include some batches of thunderstorms. They do expect them to be sub-severe, but at the same token, can't rule out a couple rumbles of thunder, especially for areas south and east. Well, it looks like this is a quite progressive storm, so it's going to make its way out of here by the morning commute. So we're starting the day likely with some rather some damp conditions as you hit the roads for Thursday. Then we see the winds pick up behind that first round of storms. Then it'll be slightly cooler on the day for Thursday, but right behind that, we do have a cold front that pushes through. Then is our next storm system. But first, in regards to the amount of rain, whoever does get it, it will favor for areas south and east. And in terms of rainfall, it doesn't look too impressive, largely about a tenth. Maybe some areas could squeeze out maybe up to 2/10 of an inch of rain. So not much, but better than nothing. But in the wake of that first storm system, here's a closer look at some of those winds. Tomorrow around midday, we could see gusts as high as 35, 40 miles an hour in spots in the wake of that first front and the storms that go along with it. Then it backs off. Then on the day on Friday, associated with our next storm system, that cold front, that cooler air will pull in behind it because we will have gusts that could gust as high as 35, maybe 40 miles an hour, especially for areas north and west during the day on Friday. Now, taking a look at our next weather maker, that's going to be our second storm system coming in right behind that cold front. This is around 6 a.m. or so if you're traveling along I-40, maybe some sprinkles moving in. But for areas north and west, Boise City, Clayton, Dalhart, you might be dealing with some wintry precip beginning to push through. Then around 10 a.m., you can see it's starting to overspread much of the area. Now, again, this is only one model iteration, only one run of them. But holistically, what we have seen is some models favoring a more southerly approach. And if that's the case, we also would want it, if you are a snow lover, for it to also be a closed off low. That would allow us to possibly see a bit more strengthening and organization with this storm to allow it to develop a bit more strength to create some more snow. But in this case, right now we see it, you can see the temperatures vary anywhere between the just around freezing or slightly below that. But for areas east, looks like you could be dealing with some rain, maybe a wintry mess for sure. Looks like the upper layers of the atmosphere will be colder, but that bottom layer may struggle to get to freezing in certain locations. And if that's the case, roads will be largely damp. I do think that accumulation will likely happen on colder surfaces, your grasses, your cars, your um, anything untreated as well. Um, because we've just had so many days with temperatures above average, even though temperatures on the surface will be at or maybe slightly below freezing, there just hasn't been enough exposure to the colder surfaces, the roads, um, and things like that, to that colder air for it to stick automatically. But that's something that we'll continue to watch out for. But it does look like this precipitation tapers off later into the afternoon. It does look like we do also have a winter storm watch for portions of Union County that begin Thursday night, lasting until Friday at 11 p.m. Mountain Time. I wouldn't be surprised if additional watches did go out for some of our northern counties, but that has yet to be seen. Chances for an inch of snow, highest for areas north and west of Amarillo. You can see that gradual cutoff as we get further south and east, because just the probability of that snow making it to the ground or just sustaining itself looks to be nil. Taking a look at snow totals, this is one model, but you can see just how sharp that gradient is, going from an inch, maybe two, for areas north and west. Can't rule out some higher amounts for portions of northwestern rather, Union County. There can't rule out some amounts up to 3 inches, especially with the Capulin volcano and those higher elevations. But largely, maybe a 1 to 2 inch event for areas north and west, the Oklahoma Panhandle and northwestern communities. And then for areas south, looks like that amount tapers off quite quickly. So we'll keep an eye on that. And again, looking at your drought monitor, you can see we've seen a progression of that moderate drought, especially for areas south and east. So the rain will be good news, although it won't be much. Taking a look at your 7-day tracker, it's pretty quiet today. We will see those showers moving in later today. Scattered showers in the morning before tapering off by the morning commute. And then heading into your day Friday, we will see our warmest temperatures likely happening during the overnight hours. And as the morning continues, we will likely be in that freezing category, with temperatures hovering in the low 30s throughout the actual daylight hours. So that's going to be something we monitor as well. But then temperatures tank. You can see that low temperature for Saturday morning as you wake up in the teens, possibly feeling like the single digits in numerous locations. But a nice cool down, feeling more like winter, like we should be. We've had numerous days above average. So this is good news for those who would like to see more seasonable temperatures return to the area. Looks like we remain dry heading into the first part of next week. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to stay up to date. Practice good fire safety today with those breezy conditions at times, as well as the day tomorrow. You all take care. Have a great rest of your day.